All right, in this video, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to go over designing a cozy and inviting Airbnb space. And I'm also going to give you this PDF. It'll be down below for those that are interested. So that way you could refer to it back later. Now, you might be wondering what makes me an authority on these Airbnbs. Well, I've been selling real estate since 2011 in the greater Daytona Beach area, where there is a lot of investors, second homeowners that purchase Airbnb properties. And it's beautiful here because we have the beach, we're close to the theme parks, we're at very affordable rates. And families always have a place to stay when they're not being used. We have events such as Bike Week and Race Week. And instead of paying those really outrageous hotel prices or renting other Airbnbs, they're investing in these properties and then they rent them out. And then if you ever get tired, now you have some equity and can sell those also. Now, this will also work if you're not living or purchasing anything in the greater Daytona Beach area. Go ahead and still download this copy. It'll still do you some good wherever your Airbnb is. So one of the first things you want to do is start with a theme. When folks are looking to stay at your Airbnb, they're going to be probably looking for a particular thing. So if they're coming to the greater Daytona Beach area, 9 times out of 10, they would like a great place on the water or really close to the water. So maybe your theme could be stunning ocean view condo or just stunning ocean view, ocean front, something like that. That's really grabs their attention. Or maybe you're close to the theme parks or the highway. You can be conveniently located near 95. A great escape to the theme parks. Start with a theme. Depending on where your property is, you want that exciting, eye-catching theme title. Another thing you really want to do is invest in quality bedding. When I used to have a couple hundred vacation rentals we would manage, one of the things where people really loved the comfy bedding. They would be out all day at the beach or at the theme parks or both, and they would come back and they really wanted something comfortable and cozy to spend the evening in, just so they could unwind, especially if they have kids or the whole family was with them. It's maybe a little more on the front end of an investment, but quality bedding usually lasts a little bit longer. And I promise you, in the long run, is so worth it if you're renting these condos out or these homes out. Now, make sure you create a welcoming entrance. Just like when your home is for sale, curb appeal means so much. Well, curb appeal is as soon as they walk into the entrance. You can't necessarily, if you're in a condo doing an Airbnb, you can't necessarily help the lobby, but I'm going to tell you, most of our lobbies are just absolutely gorgeous. They really spare no expense at these beautiful lobbies. But when people walk into your Airbnb, whether it be a home or a condo, maybe have something where they can put their luggage off to the side. They could have been traveling all day. They may be exhausted. Maybe it's raining when they get there and they don't want to track water through the home they're going to be staying in for the next week or so. Maybe have a little bench there where they can just sit and take their shoes off. Any other family members, if there's kids, they can all take their shoes off and just have it really inviting and nice for them. Maybe even consider having a guest book. That way they come in, they can see other guests and signed in. Add some personal touches. Some nice personal touches is maybe some framed photos of things in the area, such as if you're here in the Daytona Beach area, maybe have some really cool photos of the boardwalk. Get them excited that they're here and they can go down and go see where these photos were taken. Right there, the boardwalk with the ocean, the world's most famous beach is right there. Maybe some putt-putt or some of the beautiful bridges and rivers we have around here. Or maybe you have an Airbnb, in the woods, maybe some mountain views or some forest views in the frames, maybe some local artwork that you purchase from a local dealer in the area. You just want to make it a really nice and welcoming experience for your guests. Also, be sure and choose comfortable seating. Nothing worse than sitting on a cheap futon with a spring popping out. If you can't sleep on or lay down on or sit comfortably in it, maybe it's time to retire that piece of furniture. Even if it's a smaller, low-end condo you're renting, you still want to invest in proper, comfortable furniture. People with Airbnb, vacation rental owners, they will leave reviews. And I'm telling you from experience, We did everything possible to keep our reviews going really well. If you were to happen to get a bad review, it's really hard. You have to get lots of good ones to kind of smash it down. We had this one owner and he would clean the condo himself. It was his property, and we would constantly getting bad reviews that the condo was dirty because he wasn't getting the corners, he wasn't like cleaning the bed skirt or just things like that. He was trying to keep the cleaning fee himself. So finally I had to let him go because I felt it was that important that you keep it nice and comfortable and you keep it nice and clean. You really want to make sure you have good reviews. Keep your furniture up to date. Yeah, it might get some little wear and tear, but make sure it's comfortable. Think about providing essential amenities such as extra towels, extra sheets, some extra blankets, pillows. Maybe even get some little hospitality size shampoos and soap. That way, if they forgot to bring something, they don't have to run right out and go buy it. They at least have a little sample size or something to get them going. It doesn't cost much for you, and it can make a world of a difference. Consider the lighting. Have mood lighting, have dimmer switches, bright light, soft light, depending on the area and the place. Maybe somebody just has a newborn and they need like a nice soft light in a particular room. If you have all harsh light throughout, it could make it an unpleasant vacation for them. And speaking of babies, make it kid friendly. There are so many families traveling with children, especially if you're coming someplace like Daytona with the beach. Maybe consider having some pool toys or beach toys, some boogie boards. That way, like if they flew in, it would be really hard for them to purchase some boogie boards and have to fly back with them. Well, maybe just have some extra in the closet or the garage for them. Also, speaking of that, I actually made another PDF for you. It's on tips for making your Airbnb kid friendly. I'll go ahead and include that as well. Maximize your storage space. Try and get furniture or maybe some coffee table type furniture where you can stuff some extra blankets in. That way you don't have things laying around. Maybe a spot where they can put their luggage. Everybody coming there is probably going to have some type of luggage, or whether it's a duffel bag or plenty of suitcases. It's nothing worse than they have to keep tripping over their own luggage. If you have like a little area cleared out for them, that is a huge plus. People really seem to like that. Have that extra storage when possible. Like I said, if you don't have the closet space, maybe when you purchase this comfortable furniture, it could be storage in the furniture. I already touched on this earlier. Make sure you keep it clean and organized. Nobody wants to travel and sleep in something that smells funny, looks funny, dirty. You forgot a stained towel, you tried to clean it and reuse it. People just will go ahead and jump and make their own assumptions, even though you know it's a stain that just won't come out. It's clean. They don't know that. I'm telling you, just better err on caution. Get rid of that nasty towel. Make sure the sheets are nice and fresh and clean. And there's always a nice scent in the room, not too perfumey, like you're trying to mask something, just a nice clean scent. And that's sometimes when you do the welcoming entrance, maybe have a beautiful bouquet of flowers waiting for them. And finally, when communicating with your Airbnb guests, make sure you are very responsive with them. You're not disappearing for days on end. You don't look at your phone. Make sure they got checked in okay. Make sure they're happy. And for the most part, then they'll pretty much leave you alone. Once they figured out how to turn on the Wi-Fi, they found the remote for the TV, know how to use the washer and dryer if one's included, and know where the beach or the restaurants are. Again, that's where also having this information inside your Airbnb is helpful as well, where you already have a little booklet with the Wi-Fi password or having a welcoming message. If you'd like me to do something about that, I would be happy to do a video on that. And I could even make it Canva friendly so you could edit it to your Wi-Fi password. It would be another link. I could even include a little brief Canva video. If you think that's something you'd be interested in, go ahead and comment below this video. I'd be happy to do that. Anything to help you get your Airbnb up and running. So in conclusion, you want to make it a very welcoming, warming, pleasant experience. If you keep getting asked the same questions over and over, or you get a complaint, go ahead and address it right away. Put something in the room in your little welcoming packet. Do whatever it takes, and the calls will be less frequent. You'll just have them come checking in, checking out, and life again will be wonderful. Of course, when buying your Airbnb, two things I highly suggest is the location and the real estate agent. If you are using a realtor, make sure you pick one that knows something about vacation rentals and how to get the most of your money. Okay, like I had mentioned, I'm going to also provide you with tips for making your Airbnb kid friendly. In here, you'll find some other little great ideas on how to provide more value to your families that are going to be staying in your Airbnb, whether it's on the beach or in the mountains or wherever it is. Here is the PDF, and make sure you download it below. And if you're thinking of moving or relocating to the greater Daytona Beach area, please feel free to give me a call, send me a text, or shoot me an email. Just know I got your back when moving or investing in the greater Daytona Beach area. Till next time.